Learning a trend trading strategy. All right, folks, in this video, I'm going to show you a very simple but powerful trend trading strategy that can be used on any market, whether you trade Forex or futures or stocks. This trend trading strategy or style, you could call it, can be deployed on any asset or any symbol that you trade. And I'm convinced that by the time you're done watching this video, okay, you are going to be absolutely hooked on trend trading strategies and techniques. All right, so let's get into it. My name is Mark at DynoTrading.com, the world's #1 resource on learning how to deploy a trend trading strategy. It just works, folks. Don't ask me why it works. Trend trading has been around for hundreds of years, and it's going to be around for the next 100 years. Okay, if you've been one of those traders that either gets in too late or you get out too early, then trend trading is definitely going to be a style and a system that's going to intrigue you. All right, so first things first, what you're seeing on the screen right now is a trend trading volume indicator. All right, that's your starting point, because if you have any hope of becoming a successful trader, you need to have the right tools, especially when it comes to a trend trading or trend following approach. Okay, now this volume indicator, the only thing that it does, folks, is it reads level 1 bid-ask data and tries to figure out what side of the market is the pressure on. Makes sense? So for example, let me just go ahead and open up Chart Trader so I can show you the level 1, level 2 bid-ask. Here is the bid and the ask. You can see this market's going nuts right now, right? Market's been very, very volatile, and in my opinion, that is a good thing. Okay, when you hopefully learn how to deploy a trend trading strategy, you're going to find out for yourself that you shouldn't be scared of volatility, right? Volatility should be your best friend. And so what this indicator does is it changes colors depending on who is potentially in control, right? And there's only two types of people that control the market. It's either the sellers that control the market, or it's the buyers that control the market, and this is applicable at any one moment in time, right? There's always going to be one side that overwhelms the other. I mean, that's the nature of the market. You guys know that. Markets go up, markets go down, markets go up again, and markets go down again. That's just simply the cycle of market structure. Okay, and in terms of how the data is graphically and visually represented to you folks, it's really simple. This indicator turns red when the sellers are potentially in control, and it turns green when the buyers are potentially in control. Makes sense? That is it, folks. It's either green or red. And for those of you guys that are still stuck in the 90s trading your Japanese candlestick charts and your Bollinger Bands and all your other garbage free indicators, okay, you're going to find this an absolute breath of fresh air, okay, because I'm a firm believer that if you want to find success, or if you have any hopes and dreams of becoming a profitable and successful trader, okay, and as you know, most beginner traders lose money. In fact, 97% of all traders lose money. So in order to find even a small amount of success, you have to have that edge over the other guy. You have to find a way to put the odds in your favor, and I believe a trend trading strategy is the perfect candidate for that. All right, so let me show you how this thing works. So in a volatile market, what you want to do is try to slow things down. And what I mean by that is sometimes it's a better idea to let the market come to you instead of you going out there and chasing the market. Make sense? Now let me give you an example of that, all right? So today was a pretty volatile, explosive session. The markets were going absolutely nuts today, and after a significant, and I do mean significant sell-off, sometimes I'm just really tempted to try to bottom fish or call that bottom. But I want to wait for the trend to establish itself first, right? This is a video on trend trading strategies. So if you believe or you subscribe to the theory behind a trend following system, then you're going to understand what I'm about to show you here. Okay, so let's go ahead and really zoom in to this turning point here, and let's try to demystify, if we can, what a good setup might look like. So the first thing you're going to notice is obviously the volume indicator did turn green. But now what we want to do is we want to be a little bit more selective with our trades, and we want to let the market come back to us instead of chasing the market. Make sense? And so if you're a longtime subscriber to the channel, then you know that one of my favorite chart patterns is a retracement. All right, and there's 3 legs of any retracement. Leg number 1 establishes the trend, right? I hope that part is somewhat obvious. And leg number 2 is the retracement. And if you ask me, leg number 2 is probably the most important part of the 3 legs of this retracement pattern. And of course, leg number 3 here is simply the market taking off in the forecasted direction of the trend. All right, and if you're going to put together a successful trend trading strategy, you need all 3 of these components to come together. Make sense? So let's take that theory and apply it to our charts. Leg number 1, this is obvious, right? This establishes the trend. How do you know that? It's simply because this volume indicator turned green. So far, so good. And now what I'm waiting for is the market to come back to me, right? I want it to pull back. This is called the retracement. That's the official name for it, but I like to call it a pullback, okay? But in volatile markets, and these markets certainly qualify as volatile, all right? In volatile markets, I like to wait for a deep pullback or retracement, not a shallow pullback. Makes sense? And how I define that is the market has to come back underneath the color. Make sense, folks? And to make things easy for you, I've isolated and drawn the 2 bars that gave us a deep enough retracement to qualify this trade. Always remember, guys, when you're taking your trades, you always have to qualify them and make sure it meets your risk-reward profile, right? So in this case, I was looking for a considerable pullback in order for me to qualify the trade. And the only catch here is that the color of your qualifying bar, which here's one and here's one, all right, the color of the qualifying bar has to be the same color as the volume indicator. And that's why I've isolated and identified these 2 bars as opposed to any of the red bars that printed below the cover. Does this make sense, folks? Okay. So once these bars have shown up, guys, you have to react fast. Because if you're following a trend trading strategy, the market can take off at any second. And if you blink, you might miss the move. And what I personally like about this trend trading strategy, in fact, this is my favorite part of the strategy, is it's very easy to figure out where your stop loss should go, right? The stop goes 1 or 2 ticks or pips, if you're following along on Forex, underneath the signal bar. Okay? Does this make sense, folks? I hope it does. It's not terribly complicated. I hope you're picking up what I'm throwing down here, all right? And of course, folks, if we zoom this bad boy out, you can see it just takes off for a monster, right? Just a monster trend from the origination, the starting point of the trend, until the trend changes to a different color over here. Make sense? So listen, folks, one more time, it does not matter what you trade. Forex, futures, stocks, even crypto. Trend trading strategies can be deployed and utilized literally on any market, and it's my opinion that you can find a lot of success if you know how to deploy these trend trading strategies properly. And one last observation I want to share with you. You want to know what the difference between successful traders and losing traders is, right? Losing traders complicate their charts and their strategies. Winning traders keep it simple, right? And you just cannot beat the simplicity of red and green. It doesn't get more simplistic than that. So congrats to everybody who was following a trend trading strategy today. I hope you killed it, and I'm convinced we're going to see many, many more days like we saw today. Guys, that'll do it for this video. If you'd like to get your hands on this powerful volume indicator, then get in touch, call, text, email, whatever's convenient, and I'd be happy to hook you up with a free one-on-one demo, really show you how this volume indicator is going to supercharge your trading. Guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next trade.